Lavos is a very interesting frame. Not interesting because of his abilities using no energy, though that is very interesting. Not because of the whole variant explaining why the snakes are on his arms, the transmutation probe, the transmutation side of him, lots of lore. No, none of that. He's interesting because this is a frame that is hidden behind Operation Orphix Venom. Meaning that when this ability comes to an end, what is going to happen to his parts? At the moment, not really sure. They will be obtainable outside of there, unlike other things from past operations. A frame that has zero energy, because all his abilities are based on stuff that should be pretty good. As always, the Exilus slot is locked. Still wish the primed ones came with that unlocked. We're going to ignore the Umbral mods, obviously. There is a dash polarity and a D polarity. This will be one of the second or third frame, where you will go through and go, ooh, I need to put primed flow on so I can cast his abilities as much as... No. 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 Just no. Not ever. Streamline? Go for it. Any other dash? Go for it. Not flow. Does not use energy. Obviously, one of the first things you want to do if you're planning on keeping him and not feeding him to Helminth is pop the cyst. He does look so much better without that cyst on. You can change the elemental combo that you do to enemies on his abilities using the... Well, you can see it in the bottom right. If you hold down 1, you can add Toxin. If you hold down 2, you will add Ice to add Viral. Which means that now, instead of the third ability doing electrical, I think it was, I do believe it was, it will now do magnetic damage as it goes. You can obviously not want to do that. Fourth ability is fire. If you mix that with a third ability, you will get radiation. Mixing these is very, very weird because they all have their inert damage types for each ability. The first ability, obviously, we need to freeze you with the second ability. The first ability is Toxin, I believe. Second ability is Ice. Third is Electrical. And fourth is Fire. You have to hold down that ability to mix these together to make other elemental combos, which this works really well. And I honestly do love some of the abilities, like the first ability and the fact that you basically whip the snakes out and hit the enemies with them. Also dealing the element that you have chosen, but it's one of those visuals that you will never really see that much, and it works so well sometimes. It's not going to kill these guys. They are level 135, but that's not a problem, because then for the second ability you basically just run along shooting or dropping these vials behind you that will also be doing the elemental damage that you have selected, and you throw them out and they detonate, dealing that elemental damage to whatever enemy you happen to go past. I don't actually have an elemental damage on this one, so it doesn't really do much. Should be doing cold damage as its basis, but look at the mess it makes. And what's even better is if we unpause time, it's... Oh, what are you doing? It's still there. It lasts so long. That can be used, obviously, for freezing enemies. What I want to do, though, is cast it again on them, because I'm trying to throw it over the edge. And I missed. Oh well. Third ability. This one, again, you kind of want to add an element to it, and you throw out the massive vial. I've probably already mentioned what this is before, and it just deals that damage to anybody that it's in front of it. You can probably see the giant shockwave coming off it here as it moves forward. And move forward it will, because it actually has a pretty decent range to it, though for some reason it's... Where has it gone? I've completely lost it. It disappeared. Fourth ability, this is the massive ranged attack, and I'd love to be able to stand a little bit closer to it, but why not? Kind of similar to the probe you just threw out, but there will be many of them. Oh yes, many, many. And are you going to show them all? Yes, you are. This is obviously the ranged attack, and same again, the elemental combo that you have added to your frame using that first and second and third and fourth, because you have to hold it to do things, and it's all over complicated. But for the aerial radius, you will shoot these out. What I wanted to note, and why I'm in here for things like this, because the visuals of this frame are amazing. Not going out straight. These things have pathfinding to them, which is great. You will notice by this one, the fact that it is, well, this one's gone under the stairs and into a wall for some reason. And these ones have all kind of targeted these enemies before they get destroyed. All in all, to be fair, I think I like the first ability more. Second ability is fine. Being able to shoot the canisters. The big canister works well as well. And the radius, well, can't really use it because of that whole has no energy, runs on a timer. The fourth ability has the longest time. And I am actually pressing the button to try and cast it. There it is. But the visuals on all of these is absolutely amazing. If we follow that one, you can see it pathfinding off in the distance and then just disappears. And these guys obviously took no damage. Oh wait, how did you die? How did you die? His abilities and how they work aside, I do have this as a whole issue for it. Having to select the elements makes it kind of time consuming and slightly annoying at times. Not always, just sometimes. As expected though, this does of course make him immune to that right there. Well, you cannot really cast an elemental combo or take away, I should say. My mind went somewhere else for a second there. You cannot take away energy from a frame that doesn't have it. Meaning that no matter what, this thing does not do a thing. Yes, it works. It still creates that silly effect. Does not stop me using abilities. Because, well, this frame does not use energy. Magnetic against this frame, it damages the shields, yes. It doesn't touch energy. There is something about this frame that is just really good. He works pretty well. Is immune to magnetic damage. Yes, the shields may take a little bit, but with no energy means, well, you can't take away energy a frame doesn't have. Meaning you can basically just continue using all of your abilities while all other frames have to sit and wait to get their energy back to be able to cast an ability. And down you go. There's something about this frame. I really do like him way too much. Maybe just a little bit too much, to the point of might be not be using frost for everything, because this frame just seems to do not everything the same. As you can see, affected by my own cold damage there, does not work very well on that front, but everything else just works really well with this frame. It is pretty good for crowd control with that second ability. And the third ability, turning ammo into universal ammo and energy and health into universal energy and health. Yeah, they've made a good frame here. And I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Also, since when were they a thing? And why is my sentinel not scanning it? Oh, because I equipped the wrong sentinel. You're not Helios, you're Taxon. Anyway, while I stand here doing this over and over again till I am basically done scanning these things. Oh, never mind. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to go put Helios back on. I'll catch you next time.